So the first week of NBA basketball has just concluded, and I gotta say, how it started, probably the greatest start to any season ever. What was it? 2 50-point games, double OTs across the board. Amazing. Now I did want to talk about some specific games, some players, and just catch y'all up on what happened that first week if you did miss any of the big things. Let's first talk about Luka. Now, in their first game, the Lakers do lose to the Warriors, but Luka drops, I have notes over here. But Luka drops 43, 12, and 9 in a loss to the Warriors. Curry's still amazing, Jimmy Butler played great, and Luka just didn't have any help. Now, in the second game against the Wolves, Luka realized he had no help and had to force every single offensive possession to run through him to either score a basket, because he did score 23 in the first quarter, god damn it, or get an assist after assist, because he did drop 49, 11, and 8 in the second game, and we just couldn't stop him.
100 threes. This is not an on night for the T-Wolves. They can do this. Oh, he's feeling it.
Like, he was shooting stuff like that the entire game, and a lot of them over Rudy Gobert. I don't know why he hates Rudy Gobert and makes every single shot over him, but he does. And we just can't stop that. So I really hope we don't see him in the playoffs, but if we do, I think we'll be able to match up better as the season progresses. In the Lakers' third game, Luka and Bron aren't even playing, so everyone thinks, yeah, the Lakers are probably going to lose. They have the two coldest white boys in the league. Austin Reeves drops 51, 11, and 9. Since when was Austin Reeves getting near triple doubles? Like, I knew he was a scorer, but triple doubles almost? Golly. Nah, like, the team on paper should not work. But it just, JJ Redick's a really good coach, and those white boys can ball. I don't know how you're supposed to stop them.
Doing all of the scoring tonight.
And a steal. Reeves converting at the other end.
Next, let's talk about OKC and how their season has started. They've started with back-to-back double OT games. And you can even see in that second game, Shea is gassed. And he has to be, right? But he did have 40 free throws throughout the first two games, and that's Shea, foul baiting. And which really sucked is that first double OT game, back and forth, it's double OT. Both teams are fighting for their lives. And the game ends with Shea hitting free throws to win it. And it's like, I get it. That's easy points, but like, it's so boring. It's so lackluster. And you really wish that it just ended in a game winner or just a dagger instead of just free throws. But they still won. They still played well. They're playing well without Jalen Williams still. Like, OKC looks amazing no matter if they don't have their second best player or not. Chet Holmgren looks really good. We'll have to see if he can stay healthy for the whole season, because he played really well last year, but then got hurt and then was out for the rest of the season until playoffs started. He probably wasn't out like physically for that long, but they did just want to make sure that he rested and was ready for playoffs, because they knew they would make playoffs without him, obviously. On that first day, the Rockets with Sengun had an amazing game. 39, 11, and 7 with 5 threes from Sengun. That's amazing. Now, the next game, he obviously didn't have that high, but they lost that first game and won that second game, and Kevin Durant actually played really well in that second game. In the first game, he was like kind of mid, kind of decent. Sengun was definitely their saving grace in that first game, but in that second game, I think the team played a lot better together, and Durant did Durant things, and they needed him to do that. In the Wolves' first game of the season, they played Portland, and for some reason, Portland, whenever they play the Wolves, they cannot miss a shot. This game was down to the wire the entire game. I'm pretty sure Minnesota only got the lead in the fourth quarter. And it was coming down to the wire. It was a 2-point game, and then Ant decides to do this, and we have to love Ant for this.
The shot clock and game clock. And Edwards goes to work between the wickets. Step back, elevating up and out.
Ant with the dagger. We love to see it. He's clutch like that. He's worked on his game a lot. He worked on his mid-range a lot. And he's going to be a real force this year. Now, in the third game of the Wolves season, it was against the Pacers, and Ant was out after the first quarter, after even just a few minutes in the first quarter because of a hamstring problem. And you definitely don't want to force him to play, because he's kind of our saving grace. Julius Randle came up big in this game, but he obviously can't come up big for every single game of the season. I was really just happy that the team was able to get a win without Anthony Edwards, show that they're still good, everyone on the team is still good, and I'm just excited to see what happens this season. Now, the Cavs, in their first game, they played the Knicks, and I gotta say, watching that game, the Knicks controlled everything. Like, the Cavs were still kind of in it. I think they were down about 15 at one point, but the Knicks just were hitting their shots. They were obviously missing a lot. I'm pretty sure at some point I thought I was watching LA Fitness tape, just because how everyone was missing and everyone was taking random threes. But a big thing about the Cavs losing that first game was Donovan Mitchell only had 7 points in the first half. Now, obviously, he clutched up because by the end of the game, he had 31 to bring them close, but the Knicks still had that lead and were still able to keep that lead, and they weren't able to stop it. Now, Lonzo, throughout this entire week, he cannot hit his shots to save his life. Like, in the first game, I think he was 0 for 7 or something. But he is still a great playmaker, so you are just keeping him there to fill in minutes until Darius Garland ends up coming back. But he's definitely a backup point guard at best. If Darius Garland does go down again in the playoffs, I don't see Lonzo being a good enough point guard in a real hard series. Curry has been amazing this season. They've only lost one game in Portland, but they beat the Lakers and the Nuggets, and Curry down the stretch is just still so clutch and still obviously the greatest shooter in the league and in history.
Curry is in the backcourt. You see Murray at midcourt trying to keep him from getting a catch. Here's Curry, deep triple. It's good!
He hits that shot against the Nuggets to send it to OT, and then they win in OT. Like, there's no sign of him slowing down, which is insane. I love watching it, and I cannot wait to see more of it this season. Now, I still don't think they're going to be a high seeded team, but you can't count Curry out ever. And Jimmy's still great, so they're going to do some good things this year. Cooper Flagg has looked really bad at the beginning of this year. Now, obviously the first game was against Wemby, and Wemby was a god in that game. But he was taking bad shots. He was so passive in the first half, and then as soon as the second half started, he took, I think, like 4 shots all after each other, made one, and then got benched because he kept missing shots over and over again. Now, the lights might have just been too bright. It's his first NBA game. You can't count him out for that. And especially because in their third game, he played pretty well. They finally got a win, and it was against the Raptors, so it wasn't like a huge win, but they got a win. And Cooper Flagg actually had a great dunk, great highlight.
Barnes misses. He's back in the game. Mavericks running. Good ball.
And one poster dunk. Like, that's what you want him. That's how you want him to play. So I hope we do see more of that this year. I want him to live up to the hype, and we need Mavs fans to have a light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. In that first game, like, AD was guarding Wemby, and Wemby obviously towers over everybody, but he even made AD look small. And AD is probably one of the best defenders that I've ever watched, and he was just cooking him. Like, there was no chance for AD to really stop that ball half the time. It was insane to watch. Like, in that first game, he drops 40, 15, and 3 blocks with 0 turnovers. Is that possible? Like, the fact that you have AD guarding you and you're dropping 40, and getting 15 rebounds, quite a few of them were offensive, I believe, too. Over AD? God. That's nasty.
Raw pick gets it into Wembanyama, guarded by Washington. Wembanyama, the save!
And he's doing stuff like that, where I'm not even sure why PJ Washington jumped at that, but he gets by so easily. He barely even needs to jump, and when he fully jumps, he's windmilling it reverse back and dunking it home. Like, God, that first game was just insane to watch. In his second game against the Pelicans, he looked a little more human, you know, only having 29, 11 rebounds, and 9 blocks. Like, he didn't score like crazy, but God, was his defense immaculate. Talking about that Spurs-Pelicans game, the first play was this.
First play of the home opener. Z gets there!
Zion and one dunk on Wemby's head. Now, for the rest of the game, Zion was getting cooked by Wemby, but you love to see that Zion, healthy, is a great player. And the fact that he was confident enough to take shots against Wemby in the paint over and over again. Now, when you really think about it and analytically think about it, that's probably a terrible shot to take no matter what. But I love that he has the confidence to take that in general. So I really want to see a healthy Zion this year. I hope he can stay healthy and actually, you know, help the Pelicans do something this year. But we'll just have to see how it turns out. You can never count out injury for Zion, but he is skinnier, so I hope that he can play the whole year. And then the third game the Spurs had this week, good lord, 31-14, 6 blocks. Now, I'm going to show you this clip. This should not be possible for a 7'5" guy. And I'm a little annoyed that it is.
Clowney trying to go right back at KJ. Wembanyama right there. And then again, came over late. Martin misses the three. Champagny secures it. 2 for 1 if the Spurs want it. Wembanyama wants it. From the logo.
How the hell do you get 2 blocks on defense? Someone else gets the rebound, passes it to you, you take 5 steps, and you're taking a logo, almost logo 3, and drill it? At 7'5". Not like the league is cooked. If he's playing the entire year like this, he's 100% MVP, and I will vote for him no matter what. Good lord. Now coming back to earth a little bit, VJ Edgecombe actually scored the most points in a rookie debut with 34, I believe. And I love that for him. He's playing really well with the Sixers so far. The Sixers do need a light. Him and Maxey look really good together, you know, edge maxing. Joel Embiid looks horrendous. In that first game, he didn't even get off his feet once. Like, he didn't jump once. All the shots he took were very lazy. He had 4 points in the entire game. He didn't jump for a rebound. And if his knees are cooked, then say that. Retire. If you can't do anything. Now, the next game that they had, I think he dropped 20. He's not terrible, but if he's not going to be playing any back-to-backs, and if he has some more games like where the first one where he doesn't jump at all, then he can't be a center in this league. And it's crazy to say, but having him on the floor hurts Philly more than not. Like, I'd rather have Andre Drummond in than him if he's playing like that like he was in the first game. When Brooklyn took on the Spurs, it is very funny because Cam Thomas dropped 40 with 0 assists, and to be expected. Like, we knew that was going to be happening. He's going to, like, him and MPJ have the best jobs in the world, where they can just take as many shots as they want and, like, make as many if they're, like, hot that day and not care about winning. Because Brooklyn's not giving a shit about making the playoffs. They want high draft picks. They just drafted a bunch of rookies, so they don't really care about making a playoff spot. So it's so much fun for them, and it must be fun for Brooklyn fans if they don't expect wins to be coming. With all the Bucks games, they are 2-1 with a positive record, but the only thing that can come out of that is Giannis needs help. He's doing everything he can. Gary Trent Jr. is playing decently, but Giannis needs help. He cannot do that for an entire year where he's dropping, like, averaging almost 40 for the entire year. That's not going to happen. But shit, if no one else is going to score, it might. And if he does drop 40 every game, then they actually might make the playoffs and be in a decent spot. But that cannot happen. The Celtics have truly fallen apart. So I don't even, like, if they keep playing like this, I don't even expect them to make playoffs in general. We will have to see. Maybe Jason Tatum does come back by the end of the season and he can help them make a playoff push. But you wouldn't want to force him to come back. Jaylen Brown dropped 41 against the Pistons and they still lost. Now, we all know that's not the only thing Jaylen Brown has dropped this year.
The foul called on Shemin.
I know y'all saw that. He got that Carlos Boozer hairline. He's painting that shit on. Just go bald. Like, if it's so painted on that when you rub against someone's jersey, it's painted on them, nah. You're cooked. And then lastly, the Clippers look decent. They lost their first game pretty bad, but they've come back, making it 2-1. I generally think Kawhi Leonard should not have a contract for this entire year because that whole contract situation getting paid on the table over there. But he's playing great, and again, as long as he stays healthy, like, the team can do good. But the Unction, you cannot rely on anyone to be healthy over there. Except for Zubac. Zubac will stay healthy for the entire year. We know that. Thank you so much for watching. That was week 1, and I'll update y'all with week 2 when it finishes.